Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Kamen Rider Ghost review for you today. This is another premium Bandai set. This is the DX Ganma Eyecon and Proto Mega Uloader. It's a pretty neat box here. I like how it says, for the realization of the perfect world. And it kind of has all the different crazy faces and whatnot. Basically on the show, this was the kind of Mega Uloader that Igor would use to transform into all the past Ganma monsters and whatnot. So he had an icon that he would use, and then he would plug it into this and kind of transform into a couple different things. So it's pretty neat. It comes with two icons that have sounds in them, and then it has the kind of arm brace, which really is just a piece of plastic, but we'll take a look at it in a minute. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty neat box. But we'll go ahead, we'll pop everything out, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so this is what you get in this set. Now, the Proto Mega Uloader does come with straps that you feed through here and here, but I'm not going to be wearing this thing, and if I tried to put it on my wrist for the review, it wouldn't really work, so I'm not going to bother. I left the straps in the box, but it does come with two straps you can feed them through, very similar to how the regular Mega Uloader works. The Tokyo Changer all kind of have that same kind of two-strap system, and then you can just put it on your wrist. This thing does not have any electronics in it. It is just a hunk of plastic. It has a release button. That's about it. Nothing else moves, or there's no buttons. There's some nice molded in detail. But yeah, it's really just a conduit to house the icons. First up here, this is the Igor Henshin icon. Really nice color here. I like the green paint on the back. Now all the sounds come out of the two icons. That's why there's no sounds in here. So you can see this side is the speaker. And there's just kind of a nice kind of hollow foil sticker inside of like a green. You can see there kind of the face of the, when Igor would transform into kind of his base form. That's kind of like what this face would look like. So basically how these work is you hit the button and it kind of shouts like a kind of attack. I'll show you what I mean. So that one says assault. And basically you hit that and then you can pop it in here and it'll do some sound effects. Doesn't really do just kind of some random sound effects. But I'll scroll through, or so I should say cycle through these first. That's actually the last one. I started kind of in the middle. The first one here is just some sound effect sounds. So that's all of them. So each one, you hit the button and then you're going to pop it in here, which I'll do in a minute. And then it generates some additional sound effects. But that's pretty much it for the Igor Henshin icon. But I love the paint on it. I love the face in the front. You get some neat sounds out of that. But I think this icon is better. This is the Ganma Change icon. Again, nice paint. Now, there's no face in here because it can be, I think, up to 19 different Ganma monsters. So we'll just kind of cycle through these. All right, so I've cycled back around. The ones towards the end there, I think that's pretty neat. They included Da Vinci and Raphael and Michelangelo from the Genesis movie. They did a separate set of those icons, which I've already reviewed, but I think it's neat that they included them in here so that you could actually change into them if you wanted to. So I think you get some really nice sounds out of this, really nice paint, of course, and it's nice that the icons actually have some sounds in them. I've always preferred that. There is a button here on the bottom, but that's going to be for when you pop it in here. So we'll go ahead and we'll check out how they interact with the Mega Uloader. Alright, I'm going to start out with the Ganma change icon because unfortunately it does less when interacting with this. So you just go ahead and pick whichever one you want to transform into. And then you pop it in. Now, unfortunately, that's kind of all it does. It just says loading and it plays a cool little riff there, but there's no other buttons to press. So there's no like special attack sounds or anything like that. And I'm kind of bummed. I really wish that this was a button so that after it was in, just one button could get like a special attack. Even if it was the same special attack for every different monster, at least it would be one additional sound. But if they made it so that you could press the button and it would give you a special attack depending on which monster you chose, that would have been phenomenal, but I don't really expect that. Just hit this button, and it pops out. Now, basically all it is there's a little peg inside that hits this button on the bottom. So if you could just press it with your finger, and while it's held down, it will continue to play the song as soon as you let go. And I wanted to check. Unfortunately, if you press the button while it's held down, it doesn't make any sounds or anything. So even if there was a button here, like they would have had to change the engineering. So I mean, it just proves to me that I'm not missing something. There's no, like, once this is pressed down, there's no additional sounds to be had. So the cycling sounds and the fact that it includes the 19 different monsters is neat, but that's kind of all it does. Because, no matter which one you pick, it's the same sound. So while I do think it's neat that they included 19 different monsters, even the Da Vinci and Raphael and all them, I wish there was just a little bit more sounds. Like I said, even if you could just, once, like they could have easily made it so that while this is pressed in, hitting this button triggers another sound. Even if it was the same sound for every monster, I get it, but I feel like they could have put just a little bit more into this icon. But bringing in the other one, the Igor Henshin one, if you go ahead and then pop it in. So you get a little bit more kind of just sound effects. Choose the next one. So the sound effects are similar, but you can tell that they're different. So it's nothing real special, but I at least appreciate that it does give you different sound effects when you pop it in, depending on which of the sounds you picked originally. So that just proves that it could be done, or it can be done. So they could have done it with this, so that depending on which one you picked, when you plugged it in, it could have just, I mean, it could still say loading. I like the loading sound, but then maybe throw like an extra sound at the end, or make it so that while this is pressed, hitting this does like a special sound or something like that. It's kind of the same deal here where, you know, no sound after the button's pressed down. So I just feel like they could have engineered it a little better so that they could have put some more sounds in there. I feel like the possibilities were there. But I still think they're nice icons. They have a nice weight to them. They definitely have nice detailing, beautiful paint. The sounds that you do get are fun. They just could have had a little bit more sounds. And then this thing really is just kind of a hunk of plastic, which I kind of expected. I didn't really expect there to be any sounds in this. It's just kind of a way to press the pins down, and I get that. But, you know, there's always room for improvement as far as they could have put a little functionality in this. You know, maybe had it read other things or just recognize like this is a ghost icon or this is a specter or something like that. But I guess for the context of what it is, it doesn't really make sense because it was used by Igor on the show with just these two icons so he could transform. So it wouldn't make sense for him to try to use ghost or specter's icons. So I guess I get that. But I definitely think it's a neat set. If you could find it like somewhere like eBay or Mandarake for a little bit cheaper, I think it's worth it. I think it's one of the better premium sets for Ghost because the first couple didn't really do much. They just kind of had, like the first set was just kind of icons that didn't do anything. Then the next set kind of had icons that cycled through but didn't make any sounds. And then now we're up to like icons that make sounds and then something that can, you know, make different sounds when you use it with that. So I feel like they're improving and they're definitely getting better. This, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best set so far, just because of the sounds and everything that you can do with it. And I love the inclusion of the Leonardo and Michelangelo and Raphael in here. So I think it's a fun set. Like I said, I definitely... Is it worth full retail premium Bandai price? That's going to be up to you. I mean, if you're a diehard Ghost collector, then you probably have it already. You know, if you want to wait and see if you can find it somewhere for a little bit cheaper, I definitely think it would be worth a little bit cheaper than I think you could, you know, it would be worth the money and you could get your fun out of it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Let me know if you think it's not worth it or if you think, you know, you like the sounds or whatnot. I definitely think the icons are cool. I just, you know, premium Bandai stuff is always kind of your mileage may vary depending on the price and whatnot. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DX Ganma Eyecon and Proto Mega Uloader set from Premium Bandai for Kamen Rider Ghost. And thanks so much for watching.